Hey guys, how are we going? So in this lesson or video, we'll be learning how to divide fractions, and by the end of the lesson, you guys should all be able to find the reciprocal of a fraction, be able to divide simple fractions, and also be able to divide mixed numbers. So take a minute to write these down, pause the video if you need, and just unpause when you're ready to move on. Alright, so we're going to start off with finding the reciprocal of a fraction. So to find the reciprocal of a fraction, you must invert the fraction, and this is done by swapping the numerator and the denominator. So for an example, the reciprocal of, let's say, a over b would be b over a. So we're just flipping it, swapping the numerator and the denominator. Let's also try 3 over 5. The reciprocal of that will just be 5 over 3. So that's pretty straightforward. Hope you guys are all following along. I'll try these top 3 questions first. I'll show you how we can work on them, and then you guys can work on the bottom three by yourselves. So 2 over 3, the reciprocal, just swap these two around as usual, and that becomes 3 over 2. For the number 5, that as a fraction is 5 over 1. So when we flip that, that will just be 1 over 5. And 1 and 3/7. If you have a mixed number like this, the first thing you need to do is make it an improper fraction. So that will become 1 times 7, that gives us 7 plus 3, that is 10. So that is 10 over 7. We flip that over, that will become 7 over 10. So that is the reciprocal of 1 and 3/7. Alright, now you guys can take a couple of minutes to work on these questions. Pause the video and just unpause when you're ready to go through them with me. Alright, so the reciprocal of 6 over 7, let me just get that up. Reciprocal of 6 over 7 is 7 over 6. Once again, just swapping those two around. 3 over 1 will be 3, so that gives us a value of 1 over 3. And this one, that as an improper fraction, we get 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2, that is 11. So the improper fraction will be 11 over 3. And the reciprocal will be 3 over 11. Alright, so now let's move on to dividing fractions. Let's write this down in your exercise book or your worksheet as well. So dividing fractions is done by multiplying a number by its reciprocal. So for example, this just means if we're dividing 3 over 5 by 4 over 7, that simply becomes 3 over 5 times 7 over 4. So we're just swapping the number we are dividing it by here. I can pause that down and write it down if you need. Alright, so I'll go through some sample questions with you. So I have 5 over 8 divided by 3 over 1. We'll start by dividing fractions by whole numbers. So that gives us 5 over 8 times 1 over 3, because remember, 3 over 1 was the fraction for 3 as a whole number. So we just multiply them together. 5 times 1 gives us 5, and 8 times 3 gives us 24. Now for the second one, remember, if we have a mixed number like that, we always make it an improper fraction first. So 2 times 11 gives us 22 plus 3. That is 25 over 11 times that 5 over 1 as a reciprocal is 1 over 5. Alright, so before we multiply this, we can cancel the 25 and the 5 because they are both divisible by 5. So 5 divided by 5 gives us a value of 1, and 25 divided by 5 gives us 5. So that now becomes 5 times 1, that gives us 5, and 11 times 1 gives us 11, and that is our answer to that question. Alright, now pause the video here and take a couple of minutes to work on these two questions by yourself. Alright, now I'll go through these with you. The 3 over 5, once again, that was a fraction for 5 as a whole number. So the reciprocal is 1 over 5. Is there anything we can simplify? I can't see anything, so I'll just move straight on. 3 times 1 gives us 3, and 4 times 5 gives us 20, so that will be our final answer. This one here, make that a mixed number first. 3 times 5 gives us 15, plus 3, that is 18 over 5, times 1 over 2. Now the 18 and the 2 is both divisible by 2, so we cross that out, cancel it out, gives us 1. 18 divided by 2 gives us 9. So now we have 9 times 1 and 5 times 1, so we have 9 over 5. And remember, always leave your answer as a mixed number unless the question asks you otherwise. So 5 goes into 9 once, so we have 1 as a big number. That gives us a remainder of 4, so that becomes 1 and 4 over 5. Alright, now let's move on to dividing a whole number by a fraction. So this number stays the same, 6 over 1, and we get the reciprocal of that. That gives us 3 over 1. We cannot simplify anything because we can only cancel vertically or diagonally, never horizontally. So that gives us a value of 18 over 1, which equals 18. Now let's try the next one. 24 over 1 times, flip that one, that gives us 4 over 3. Can we simplify anything? Yeah, we can simplify. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 24 divided by 3 gives us 8. So our final answer would be 32 over 1, or simply 32. Pause the video here and take a couple of minutes to work on these two questions, and then we'll go through them together. Alright, so this one, once again, is 8 over 1 times 5 over 1. That simply gives us 40 over 1, or final answer of 40. This next one, 20 over 1 times, flip that fraction again, that gives us 9 over 4. We can simplify the 4 and 20 because they're both divisible by 4. That gives us 1, and that gives us 5. So now we have 45 over 1, which gives us a final answer of 45. Now the last few questions here, we're now dividing fractions by fractions. So it's the same deal. Keep the first one the same, that is 3 over 5, and just flip the second one, that becomes 8 over 3. We can't simplify anything. Oh, we can simplify the 3's, divide them both by 3. That now gives us 8 over 5, and 5 goes into 8 once. We'll give you a remainder of 3, and the denominator stays the same, so 1 and 3/5. Now we have two mixed numbers here, so we convert them both into improper fractions. So 2 times 5 gives us 10, plus 2, that is 12 over 5, divided by 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3, that gives us 8, so we have 8 over 5. Now let's flip the second one around. 5 over 8, we can cancel the 5's, they're both divisible by 5. And this one, they're both divisible by 4. So that 8 divided by 4 is 2, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So now we have final answer of 3 over 2, and we can write that as a mixed number, which becomes 1.5. Alright, so once again, just pause the video here and try work through these last two questions yourself. Alright, welcome back. So that becomes 2 over 3 times 8 over 5. Can we simplify anything? I don't think we can, so we'll just move on. 2 times 8 gives us 16 over 15. And 15 goes into 16 once, giving us a whole number of 1, and 1 over 15. Two mixed numbers here again. Convert them to improper fractions. 4 times 5 gives us 20, plus 1 is 21 over 5, divided by 2 times 10 is 20, plus 3 is 23 over 10. Now we need to flip the second one, that gives us 10 over 23. We can simplify the 5 and the 10 here. Divide the 5 by 5, that gives us 1. Divide the 10 by 5, that gives us 2. Now let's multiply the 2 together, that gives us 42 over 23. So 23 goes into 42 once, and let's take away 42 from 23. Gives us a remainder of 19 over 23. Alright, now give yourself a tick if you got that correct. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.